Very good afternoon and welcome to Murrayfield for today's game in the Under-14s League between the Murrayfield Juniors and Fife Juniors. A big game against two teams that are unbeaten this season. Murrayfield, having played 8 games, 7 wins, 1 tie, and Fife with 5 games, 4 wins and 1 tie. Both of those ties coming against each other. A 5-all draw across in Kirkcaldy. A big crowd in here at Murrayfield tonight for what will be a big game. Starting lineups on the ice. And we're underway. Fife win the opening draw and they'll dump it up the right hand wing. Murrayfield clear it out their own zone, but it comes back to number 45 Page, up to Maxwell on the right wall, into the centre, finding Fife's top goal scorer James Spence. Maxwell tries to dance past, but it's brought into the zone by Murrayfield. Number 7 Ethan Reid holds on to the puck, dumps it in to number 10 Simpson. Amos Simpson in front. It's brought back to Headland. Headland dumps it in, but good clear by Fife. Thompson tries to clear it out, but it's kept in by Murrayfield. Murrayfield trying to set up something early. Mikey Barton just can't get his stick on that one, and that will go 200 feet down the ice. Headland picks that one up. Gets her head up and clears that one out. It's kept in the zone by Fife, by King. That only goes back to Headland. Headland round the boards. Finds Lewis Young. Out to Mikey Barton. Barton back out to Young. Young dances down the right boards and evades a couple of hits, and then Fife eventually break up and they get it out the zone. Quick line change from Murrayfield, and in comes number 7 Ethan Reid. Ethan Reid with some stick handling and a good save by Fife's netminder. 1:42 played in the first period here. Still 0-0. Both teams feeling each other out, but no real way of any chances coming yet. David Robo-Toms will take the face-off for Murrayfield, but it's won by number 44 Jamie Crawford, and Fife break out. Down the end boards, it'll be picked up by Daniel Greenwood. Greenwood wraps it round and Stevenson just can't get his stick on it. He does now, and it's just cleared out 200 feet. No icing. And Fife will start the attack once again. That's kept in. The loose pass by Ethan Reid. Reid out to Simpson. Simpson just can't get on it. And it's Spence who picks it up, takes it behind his own nets and clears that one up to the half wall. It's not quite kept in, and then gone in. Offside was number 19, Daniel Greenwood. Face off just outside the Fife zone. It'll be Spence and Archie Holmes, the two respective top point scorers. Edward across to our D partner. Number 7, Ethan Reid. Reid tries to skip in but doesn't manage to get there, and it comes back to Headland. She'll dump it in, and it's chased by Reid once again, but Spence puts on the brakes and turns away, dumps her off the boards. And that one's staying in. Headland across to Reid. Reid with his head up. Tries to find Archie Holmes, but it goes all the way through, but it's picked up by Lewis Young. Young behind the boards. Tries to dump it behind them, but it takes a bad bounce off the boards, and Fife pick it up. Again, cleared. This one going to go for icing this time, as the foot race was won by Headland. We'll have the face-off just to the right-hand side of Fife's net. Robo Toms once again the centreman for Murrayfield, and he wins the draw this time, but good work from Fife, picks that one up. Crawford dumps that one in, and it goes into the corner. Crawford picks it up once again for Fife. Big hit coming in front of the nets to break up the play, and Murrayfield will try and jump on this one. Robo Toms puts on the brakes and goes in backwards. Gets a good kick out to Simpson. The shot coming from Greenwood, but blocked by Fife. Maxwell clears it out, but only finds a Murrayfield player. A big hit coming from Maxwell as well, and that one breaks up the play, and again Fife come away with this one. Page up the middle, but can't find his own teammate, and that one will be picked up by Lewis Young. Lewis Young cycles in front of his net. Bad dump, just finds a Fife player, and that one will come back in. Greenwood just can't get the pass down. It's picked up by Spence. Spence still has possession of the puck, but Murrayfield now get that one away through Mikey Bartnell, dump it round the back. Greenwood tries to dump it in front, only finds Archie Holmes. Holmes up the wing to Young. Young just can't get his stick on it, and Fife find themselves back in the Murrayfield zone. King in front, scramble in front, Spence with a shot, and it goes wide of McLean's net. Greenwood picks it up, a bad pass, only finds Spence. Spence dances round, shot, top corner, shoots and scores. James Spence with the first goal of the afternoon at 5:25. That's his 13th goal of the season and only his 6th game. Fife take the lead early in this game, which many have said could be a title decider. Still think it might be a bit too early in the season, and also Kilmarnock at the top of the league, having been unbeaten as well. Still to face both of these teams this season. But it is Spence that puts the Kirkcaldy side ahead. Murrayfield just gone on offside there through number 7 Ethan Reeds, and the face off just outside the zone. As I say, in here in Murrayfield this afternoon, a good crowd, some good publicity from Murrayfield juniors over the week to get as many people in here as possible, knowing how big this game is going to be. Some local press has helped as well, and a shot by Reid covered by Kirkcaldy's netminder. In nets today for Fife is Ben Kerry. The face-off won by Fife, but Murrayfield doing well to break that one up. And it comes out in front, picked up by Fife. Only out to Reid. Reid cycles, dances past a few, and there's a penalty coming up, but Reid shoots. It's saved by Kerry, but Murrayfield will go on the power play. A hooking call to come against number 44. Jamie Crawford sits for 2 minutes 6:06 played, and Murrayfield will have the man advantage. Archie Holmes in the draw against James Spence. Holmes wins it out to Headland. Headland rims it round the boards, but cleared from behind his nets from Fife. Out the zone, only comes to Reid. Reid turns to try and find support. Reid takes it himself over the blue line. Toe drag in front. Has a shot but cleared by Fife. Simpson back in. Now Young to Simpson. Simpson takes a hit off the puck, but Young across. Holmes. And it's just high and wide. Out to Headland. Headland keeps it in. Across to Reid. Reid with a long shot. Good save. Holmes once again just loses out, and it'll be brought away by Fife. Out to Spence. Spence has teammates in support, but decides to dump it in. Holmes just can't get it on his stick today, and that one comes up, and he'll go for a line change as Fife managed to clear it down the zone. Reid received the pass from Mikey Barton. Reid with a centre pass and just couldn't find his teammate. Nice work there by Robo-Toms to get out the zone, to take it back in. 10 seconds left on the power play. It's been well worked by Fife on this penalty kill. A good pass across to Robo-Toms. Robo-Toms over the blue line, dumps that one in. He'll have Young in support. Young just cycles that one back in there. The referee looks to call that one dead, but it's coming out. Good work by Fife to move that puck. Greenwood clears that one up, but it only comes to Robo-Toms. And Fife clear their zone. Hamish Simpson up against Crawford. Crawford wins that one, and it's a good shot, but it's blocked in front and around the side boards. Murrayfield with her head up, looking to come down the ice. Simpson just tips that one out. And good movement by Young. Young looks to shoot, and it just goes wide. It comes to Ethan Reid. Reid tries to put that one round, and two Fife players collide together. Ethan Reid, all one in front, shoots. And well covered by Kerry in the Fife net. 9:21 played. And it's Fife that have the 1-0 lead. James Spence being thrown from the dot. And the win for Fife on that draw. Archie Holmes turns, thinks about the shot, but has the presence of Spence. That'll be cleared round to Young. Young dumps it back in. And Murrayfield trying to get as much possession in the Fife end as possible. Holmes tries to centre it in front, but it's picked out by James Spence. Spence puts on the brakes and turns. We're halfway through the first period here. Picked off by Young. Young receives a pass from Reid. Young leaves it for Reid. Reid with a big blast and a shot. Top corner. A fantastic play by Murrayfield. Ethan Reid equalises the game. It's 1-all. 10 minutes, 18 seconds played here. And as they have been all season, these teams are tied. Fife win the drop. It's brought into the zone and shot by Crawford goes high and wide. King in front, shoots it wide. Greenwoods keeps possession of the puck, takes a big hit in front, and referee looks across, puts his whistle to his mouth, but nothing coming. Robo Thomas keeps possession of the puck round the back. He tries to dump it in, but good work by Fife to block that one. That one comes back out. Big hit coming from Crawford up against Robo Thomas on the half wall. Reid cuts inside, keeps possession, but cut out by Maxwell. Maxwell with a long shot, and McLean saves that one and pushes it wide. Spence with some nice footwork, trying to get away from Reid. Spence still has it, gets it back. Big shot, good blocker save by McLean. Shot in front again by Spence, and a good save once again by McLean. It's cleared down the ice. It won't go for icing. It doesn't make it over the goal line. And Fife will try and come up this right-hand wall. Maxwell across to Spence. Spence with his head up, crosses the blue line. Big slap shot goes high and wide. Gets it back against Spence, and it's just cleared out in front. Simpson couldn't get it out of the zone. King round the back of the Murrayfield net, and a good clearance by Headland. Bad change by Murrayfield as the puck goes across, but they pick it up through Mikey Barton. Across to the right wing, and that comes into Archie Holmes. Holmes up to Young. Young will dump this one in. Picked up by Page. Scramble on this near wall. It's picked up by Young. Young with a shot. And that one goes wide. Chased by Barton, but Barton just can't keep that one in. A nice move by Finn Hall, but his feet were still in, and it'll go offside. 13-12 played in the first period. The game tied at 1. Neutral zone face-off won by Fife, and it comes back. And Murrayfield take it across. Reid receives a hit from Crawford, and Fife tried to get it out, but Reid once again takes possession of scramble in front, and it went in. It wasn't covered by Kerry, but the referee blew it dead just before it crossed the line. Fife make a defensive change. Murrayfield with their top line out there. King just strays the puck in offside. It's been a good end-to-end game here. out of Murrayfield in this first period. Chances at both ends. Murrayfield with most of the time possession in Fife zone, but Fife, when they're in Murrayfield zone, are making it pay. Crawford picks it up, takes a long shot, and that one will go high. King receives a hit from Headland. Comes out from Reid. Reid turns on the speed and goes over the blue line. He'll take the shot, it comes off the pipe and just goes wide. That one comes up to Greenwood. Greenwood up to Young. Young will go behind his own net. Tries to clear it off the half wall. Comes up to Simpson. Simpson with a nice pass out to Stevenson. But Simpson takes a big hit off the puck. And there'll be a penalty and interference call on Fife, and again Murrayfield will go on the power play. It's number 26, Wynan Donaldson for Fife. We'll sit for 2 minutes for interference. Big opportunity here for Murrayfield if they can keep it into Fife zone, and a face-off win from Murrayfield. Barton with a long range shot. That one goes wide. Will Thomas brings it back to Greenwood as the first period comes to an end. Tied at 1 here at the end of the first. It's been, as I say, a good end-to-end period, but the teams are tied. Back here for the second period of this under-14s game between Murrayfield and Fife. Game tied at 1-1. Fife taking the lead through James Spence. Murrayfield equalising through Ethan Reid in the first period. Both teams will be throwing out the face-off touch straight away in the second period for a face-off infringement. And it's Fife that come away with the win in the first draw in this second period. Will Toms will speed round the back. Finds Young. Back to Archie Holmes and Ethan Reid with a swing and a miss. And it comes away with Fife clearing the puck. A high stick will be waved off as Headland touches that one up. 1 minute to go on the power play for Murrayfield. They started this period with 140 of the advantage, but Reid crosses the blue line, winds up. A good pad save by Kerry. Cleared down the ice by Fife. McLean will just touch that one off to Headland. Headland up to Reid. Reid put that one round the boards and it comes out to King. Fife pinching up on this penalty kill with 20 seconds to go on it. And it's Fife that have the possession in Murrayfield's end. Comes up to Page. Page winds up. A good glove save by McLean. Reid just tries to get that one out, but doesn't go out the zone. And Headland has Fife come back to 5-on-5. Picked up by Crawford. Crawford will just dump that one. It's picked up by Reid for Murrayfield. Reid keeps it on his stick. Head up, crosses the blue line, looks for the shot again. It comes off Page and goes wide. Round the back, nice stick work. But it's only Page that picks it up. Barton keeps it in the zone. He finds Simpson out. Clearance comes off the referee. And Stevenson passes it across. The shot wide from Lewis Young. Alone in front of Kerry. But Kerry with some nice presence to force him wide. This one goes 200 feet. And it'll be touched up by Greenwood. And the face-off will come in front of Kerry. 2:38 played in the second period. Game still tied at 1. Murrayfield, despite being on the power play to start the second period, have only had one real chance, whereas Fife had some good possession in the Murrayfield end. Face-off 1. Greenwood takes a shot, comes out to Simpson. Simpson shoots and held by Kerry. David Roble-Thomas going in front of the net to try and pick up any kind of rebounds that Kerry would leave, but Kerry holds on to it well. And Fife will bring out the new line. Spence up against Roble-Thomas. And it's Fife that come away with it. Maxwell off the wall. Maxwell picks up the pass again, and he'll cross over the blue line with Spence in support. Spence takes it, shoots high into the net, and James Spence gets his second of the evening. Well, there'll be a small discussion from the referees in front of the net. The goal has not been signalled as of yet. The referee coming across to the timekeeper's bench now. With both teams in the middle of the ice. Yep, the goal's been given. James Spence with his second of the night to put Fife up by 2-1. And it's all to do again for Murrayfield. An interference call on Jamie Crawford. One that looked quite soft. He's just put his body in front of the puck as it goes behind him as Murrayfield tried to get past, but head coach Daniel Ferguson on the Murrayfield bench won't be complaining. He'll be trying to get his guys charged back up and get this equaliser as soon as possible. 3:06 being played, and Murrayfield again will be on the power play. Young wins the face-off, but will be thrown out by the opposite linesman. Lewis Young trying to be cheeky and stay in there. Yeah, they've all got a cage on. May as well take the chance of them not recognising you. Archie Holmes dumps that one in and chases himself. A good kick by Page after he's lost his stick. And it's cleared out. Reid, one hand on his stick, one hand taking away the defenceman. Oh, and it's Lewis Young just can't get his stick on the ice to get that one. And Murrayfield will have to start again from behind their own nets. Headland with the pass out to Reid. Reid thinks about the slap pass across, but sticks with it. He crosses the blue line. He'll have Hall in support. Finn Hall just couldn't get that one across and takes a bigger body against him. Headland up the left-hand boards. Page just hits it against the knee of Spence, and it's picked up again by Murrayfield. Cleared down by Thomas, picked up by Headland. 45 seconds to go on the power play for Murrayfield. And again, it's Reid that picks up the puck in his own net, in his own end. Clears the boy line. Good play by Page. It's Holmes, shoots it wide. Finn Hall round, picked up by Spence. Spence clears it out the zone. Ethan Reid will go back to pick this up. Reid up the right wing. Holmes goes down, but nothing coming, as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Page goes in offside with 5:21 to go. 5:21 played in the second period. Face-off win by Fife. It's into Edinburgh's zone. In front, tipped wide. It's kept in once again by Fife. And they'll try to get something going. But Robo Toms comes round. The shot, it falls in front, but Kerry gets on top of it just before it crosses the line and keeps the game at 2-1. Face off to the left hand side of Kerry. It'll be Spence and Holmes. No one really wins that, but Fife come away with it through Spence. Spence turns on the speed, but good match. Right, Ethan Reid, and good work by Spence to pick that puck back up, and a good hit by Reid. This game's getting physical now. The crowd reacting to that one. As I say, a good crowd here today. Pass out in front, picked up by Headland and Shield. Just clear away the danger. Reid against Page. Page just puts that one in front. A good stop by McLean. One of the best save percentages in the league this year, McLean. And a good addition to the Scotland Under-13s squad this year. Face-off win by Fife. And they keep it in. A scramble in front. No one really getting any possession, but Ethan Reid gets it and gets it up to Young. Young pokes it past the D-man, and that one will be clear, picked up by Reid. 7 minutes played in the second period. 2-1. Fife leads. Chloe Headland goes behind her own net, and that one is cleared up the left, but she gets it back, but broke it up in front of the net, behind the net, sorry. That one comes round. Crawford just couldn't get his stick on it. Ethan Reid with his head up once again, cleared down the boards, just couldn't find Young, but Spence will pick this one up. Spence, oh sorry, Maxwell using his size Young shoots. It came off the defenceman, and there'll be, well, what looked like after this Young left his stick in there on Kerry. And Page took exception to that. The referee calming things down, and there will be a face-off in the Fife end. Spence coming across to have a word with the referee as well, but nothing being called. As I say, the face-off will be in Fife's zone. Murrayfield will try to get this tied up. After a mini conference between the referee and the linesman, they're happy that nothing's to be called, and Fife goes out on the drop. King tries to find Spence, and it's one in the corner by Fife. Simpson just loses out to Spence, round to King. King puts on the brakes. King gets away from the wall in front, but Wood just couldn't get a stick on it. Comes away. Rollo Toms is kept in at the Boyle line by Thompson. Spence with some nice stick work. He goes in what looked like offside. Murrayfield bench was up looking for the offside there, nothing coming, and it's Murrayfield who will break out. Simpson gets the pass up to Rollo Toms. Scramble in the corner, brought away by Fife, but Simpson just brings that one back round to Rollo Toms again. A big hit behind the nets. Head on goal. Rim that one round. Rollo Toms comes for the change. Lewis Young, who's just came on for Rollo Toms, picks up the puck and has 5 defencemen round about him. Out to Reid. Reid takes a hook, and it will be a penalty called. Reid with some nice stick work again. And a shot coming in. Archie Holmes levels the game here at 2-2. 9:38 played in the second period on the delay penalty. Archie Holmes increases his lead at the top of the standings for Murrayfield, and the game tied at 2. Some fantastic work by Ethan Reid on the half wall. Gets behind the nets and throws that one in front, and Archie Holmes does what he does best. And if our co-commentator that was meant to be here, Derek Pecker-Riley, had been here, he would have been claiming the exact same goals as he did throughout his career. Those goals that you just have to be in the right place at the right time, and Archie Holmes was certainly there. Headland tries to clear it out. Simpson with some presence in front, and Murrayfield just tried to get it up. Simpson once again, the big slap shot goes wide, and that'll come all the way back to Donaldson. Donaldson just can't get it past Ben Stevenson, and that one will go up, picked up by Page. Murrayfield with a change, and it comes out. Shot by Lewis Young goes wide. Reid gets his stick on the ice and takes that one away from Maxwell, but Maxwell regains possession and clears it down. Back out to Ethan Reid. Reid tries to find Simpson, but Simpson had already turned up ice. Headland tries to get it out, and it just comes back. McLean just keeping it safe and putting it away. Reid behind his own nets, comes out to Rollo Toms. Fife fans getting into this one now, trying to encourage their team to go ahead once again. But 3-on-1 break. Robo Toms tries to find Simpson, but a good block by Page. And Fife now come away. Crawford down the left wing. Just puts that one in front, and it's taken away by Simpson. Head up ice, and just couldn't get it to Greenwood. Sorry, that's Robo Toms, I apologise. Simpson tries to pull a move, but it's blocked. Simpson gets it back. Spence just can't get past Reid. But Robo Toms was still in the zone as Finn Hall tries to come in, and it'll go offside. 12:05 played here in the second period. The game tied at 2. Not a lot in this game, as you would expect from two teams still unbeaten. Ben Stevenson joins the plate, and he'll be the one that chases it in. There's a look over his shoulder to see who he has in support. Archie Holmes just couldn't get there quick enough, and it's brought away by Fife. Kyle Milley to Simpson. Spence with the shot. Saved by McLean. Spence picks it up once again. Some stick handling, gets it away, and Holmes takes it away. Lewis Young thinks about the shot, but it's a nice pass back to Holmes, and Holmes just couldn't get a proper connection on it, and it's cleared out the zone by Fife into Murrayfield's into their bench, and the face-off will be inside. Inside Fife zone. Again, the linesman and referee having a discussion, but the initial clearance coming from inside the Fife zone, so that will bring it back into there. Two minutes 10 to play in the second period. Murrayfield have a face-off deep in Fife's zone, but it's Fife that come away with it. A bad kick from Maxwell only finds Simpson, and Simpson behind his own nets tries to get the shot in, but eventually cleared by Fife. Greenwood up ice trying to find Simpson, but it's Thomas Keary that comes away with it. Holmes putting some pressure on and breaks up the play. Holmes once again takes possession, shot high, and a good save by Keddy. Ben Keddy with some vital stops here in this game to keep it at 2-2. A good pressure by Murrayfield in the last few minutes, and something that they'll be hoping to take the high percentage shots, but at the moment it's a high percentage saves coming from Ben Keddy. The two captains, Spence and Holmes, face off against each other, and it was Spence that won the draw. King tries to clear it round, but it's Young that gets that one. Comes out to Reid. Reid keeps that one in. Young tries to find Holmes, but it's cleared away. Ethan Reid with some nifty footwork, and then the pass up to Robo Toms. King takes that one down, and Reid picks it up. Reid with his head up as always, takes a shot from the red line, and that wasn't far away. Big hit coming in the zone, but it's cleared away. Simpson lays it inside to Young. Young just couldn't get it past, and Fife come away with the puck once again. Picked up again by Murrayfield. Simpson lays a hit on his Fife counterpart, but it's Fife through Crawford. It comes up across the blue line. Crawford with a long shot, tipped wide by McLean. Maxwell up against Headland. As the second period comes to an end, the game still tied at 2 chances at either end, but both netminders doing an incredible job to keep the game tied. We're back for the third and final period here in this under-14s clash between Murrayfield and Fife, 2 unbeaten teams, and at this moment in time, if it stays like this, they'll stay unbeaten. 2-2 to start the second period. Both teams will be looking to get the extra point. And it's James Spence, wins the face-off, takes it himself. Skates round the whole of the rink. Eventually passes this one off, but gets it back. A block in front. Reeds. Clear this one around. Picked up by Finn Hall. Hall up to Archie Holmes, but picked away by Maxwell. Maxwell just trying to do too much, and Barton tries to clear, but picked up by Spence. Receives some pressure from Archie Holmes, and Ethan Reeds clears this one out of the zone. And James Spence and his forward line will go for the change. Comes across from Fife, but a good tip away by Headland. Hall tries to find Lewis Young. Young just can't keep it in. And it's taken away. Comes across to Woods. Woods across the blue line. Keeps it, lays it off for Crawford. Crawford with a shot and a good save by McLean. Out front to Crawford. Crawford shoots, and Crawford puts Fife back in the lead. Some good work by Wood to get it in the zone. Crawford taking the initial shot, turning on a sixpence and putting it in behind McLean. 1:37 played in the third period, and Fife are ahead again. Once again, Murrayfield have it all to do to get back into this one. Headland across to Greenwood, but Greenwood gives it away. Crawford keeps the puck himself. Behind, and it's in front. Wood trying to get the shot away in a scramble of sticks, and it's then eventually taken away. Thompson threw that one back in. Picked up by Headland. Headland trying to get it out of the zone. And Fife trying to keep it in, and they do. Crawford with the backhand rim. Picked up by Headland. Headland out to Stevenson. Stevenson with the centre pass to Robo-Toms. Robo-Toms with a nice move. Has Simpson in support. Tries to find him. It's taken away by Fife. Reeds keeps it in, good footwork with a big slap shot, and a tip in front by Robo-Toms, takes it over the bar. But some good play by Murrayfield. Up against the half wall. The puck being frozen up against the wall, but taken away by Fife. And it'll be Spence. Using his speed wisely, a good shot, and that one doesn't go far over. Barton trying to clear it out, kept in by Fife. Eventually, Robo-Toms gets the puck, and it's away. Simpson across the blue line. Simpson puts on the brakes. Nice double move by Hamish Simpson. Tries to find Stevenson, and it's picked up once again by Fife. Millie just can't get the stick on it. Reed across to Finn Hall. Ethan Reed once again. Across to Hall. Hall turns inside. Finds Lewis Young at the back door, and he bats it out the air to make it 3-3. A good pass by Finn Hall. And with a baseball swing in the background, the game's tied at 3. Again, another discussion between the referee and the linesman behind Fife's net. Again, for a second, I thought the goal was going to be waved off, but it has been given. Lewis Young ties the game at 3. It was more about the pass from Finn Hall that set that one up. He turned round, looking for Young, and eventually gets it. Fife bench up in arms, trying to look for a call, but nothing coming. Holmes puts on the speed, has acres of space, takes a shot, a good save by Kerry. But at this moment in time, having played 4 minutes and 20 seconds in the third period, it looks like Murrayfield have the momentum from that goal from Young, and it's them that's on the front foot. Robo-Toms will go up against Spence, and after a scramble again, Spence comes away with it. He loses the puck, but Fife keep possession. Woods tries to find Spence, but well taken away by Hamish Simpson. McLean just touches that one wide, and Fife dump it in. Headland. Eyes up on the plate, cleared down, and it'll go for icing. Just a little over 10 minutes to go. Game tied at 3. This one could be, again, a shared points, and both teams staying unbeaten, with some big matches still to come for both teams. A few more to come from Fife than there is for Murrayfield. Murrayfield having played 3 games more. Reed turns on the speed again, dances past Spence. Reed with a nice move, a nice goal by Ethan Reed. And Murrayfield take the lead for the first time. Picked up the puck in his own zone. Came down the left wing. Some good moves. And a great goal by Ethan Reed. Spoke about it a second ago, that Murrayfield looked to have the momentum going in after that equalising goal from Lewis Young, and Ethan Reed showing that momentum was certainly there, and Murrayfield for the first time have the lead 4-3. Archie Holmes picks up the stray pass. He'll risk this one in and chase, but Page with a good stick up against the boards. Holmes gets the puck away, and it's Lewis Young. Young takes the shot up against Page's leg pads. Young again with a big flying hit. Cleans out the puck, but it's cleared away. Greenwood, a look. He's under pressure and gives the puck away. Shot coming in, high into the net from Jamie Crawford. And once again, the game is tied at 4-all. Greenwood just backing up, trying to find his defensive partner, Mikey Barton, gives the puck away, and it's picked up by Crawford. And still had a lot of work to do to go high blocker side against McLean, but he did it well. And this game's just not going anywhere. Back and forth between the two teams. Oh, this is a classic. Murrayfield win the draw. Ethan Reid will be looking for his hat-trick tonight. He keeps possession, shoots, and a good kick save by Kerry. And Fife clear the zone. That one kicked. No, eventually signalled us out. And Stevenson finds Simpson. Simpson with a shot. A good save, and then a good clearance by Keddy. A shot coming through, cleared by Fife. Spence will pick it up. He'll look to see what time and space he has. He saw Maxwell on the right hand side, but just didn't use him. Page under pressure from Robo Toms. That's cleared round, and it comes up to Ethan Reid. Reid under pressure from Spence. Spence up against the wall, and there's going to be a penalty of interference against Ethan Reid. And it will be Fife on their first power play of the evening. Timeout called by Fife. 4-all, 7 minutes and 2 seconds played in the third and final period here at Murrayfield. A big opportunity for Fife here with the advantage. Both coaches will be trying to work out their best plan here. Interesting to see McLean still standing in his net, but he'll know exactly what he needs to do, and that's just simply keep the puck out the net and give his team a chance. Both coaches having said all they have to say, and that'll be Fife's big line out there, a line that's brought them so many goals tonight. James Spence, the forward, back on the blue line. Fife going with 4 forwards, but Crawford will be thrown from the face-off dot. He'll be putting James Spence back on there for his good power in that shot. The linesman just getting in the way, and Murrayfield's bench not enjoying that at all. Page, a big slap shot. A good save by McLean. McLean eventually covers up. A cracking save as Page unleashed a buzz bomb there. It was going top corner, but a great save by McLean to keep this game tied at 4. Crawford and Young in the draw. It's won by Crawford, but won too well, and that one comes out the zone, picked up by Spence. Spence up to King. Comes off the linesman once again. Chloe Headland will just clear that one out. And Fife eventually coming in through Maxwell. Maxwell finds Spence. Spence winds up. It just goes through McLean's glove, but he got enough on it to just tip that one wide. Back to Page. Page with a shot comes off Lewis Young's cage. He looks in some discomfort. A high shot coming from Page, and Lewis Young stays down. You could hear it from up here. That contact to the puck to the face. And despite wearing the cage, that one's still got to hurt. You've got a lot of shot coming in from that as well. 7:51 played in the third period. 1:11 to go in the power play for Fife. And if Murrayfield end up losing Lewis Young for any amount of time, and with Ethan Reid in the penalty box, it's two big players for them. Big crowd in here, as I say. Murrayfield has came quiet as Lewis Young gets attended to, but he's back on his feet, heads to the bench, and they'll be looking at him on the bench, having to assess whether they can get him back out there. Murrayfield having at the moment only sent out 3 players on this. Here comes a fourth in the form of David Robo-Toms. Jamie Crawford up against Archie Holmes. Coach Daniel Ferguson not happy with something there. He wants Archie Holmes on the far circle, the far side of the circle, but not happening, and Fife win the draw. Comes round to King. King back up to Page, who's shown has a lethal shot. King with possession up against the wall. It's cleared by Murrayfield. 50 seconds left on the power play. And Spence picks up the puck. Spence keeps possession. Still on the blue line, Spence, but he clears this blue line, and his shot, big save by McLean. It's eventually, well, it's a scramble in front, and that one just comes wide from Ross Maxwell. Headland tries to clear it round. Crawford back to Page. Page winds up once again. A good shot, a good save by McLean. Watch that one the whole way. King, 5 seconds to go on the power play. A good shot and a fantastic save by McLean with Maxwell out in front. So much room, but he's equal to that one as top goal scorer. James Spence just hits the ice just off your camera there. And we're looking at currently 6 skaters on the ice for Fife, but Spence will be the one that goes. Ethan Reid with 1 second to go on his penalty. He's ready to come out. Page doesn't know whether to sit up on the blue line, ready for the shot, or come back to get Reid, and he stays back to get Reid. And it's a good pass up to Reid. Reid out the penalty box. Touches it past, keeps possession again, but good back check by the Fife player to get good possession. Barton across. Robo-Toms up to Reid. Reid loses possession and clears that. No icing being called. Well, one linesman gives it, the other one doesn't. No communication between either of them there. Reid, having sat his 2 minutes in the penalty box, picks up the puck. He'll be looking to put his presence back on the game. A good pass out to Simpson. Simpson takes a nudge, goes down. Wood for Fife there to clear out. And it will be Lewis Young back on the ice for Murrayfield after taking a puck to the face, who leaves it for Headland. Headland gets it up to Archie Holmes when the shot saved by Kerry. Fife with possession of this puck once again. We've played 10:25 in the third period, just over 4.5 minutes to play. The game still tied at 4. Remember the first game between these two teams earlier on in the season finished 5-all, and it's not far off that at this moment in time, but a good chance. Young shoots, a good save by Kerry, kicks it wide. Murrayfield with a chance to go back ahead. Pass by Headland, just going wide, trying to find someone at the back door. Page and Young go up against the boards, but Page for Fife comes away with it. Page just clears that one up to Simpson. Leaves it for Reid. Reid down the left wall. Again has a couple of men on him, but he works it well. Reid shoots, trying to find his hat-trick, but blocked in front. It's cleared, and Simpson skating as hard as he can, trying to clear this one. Reid picks it up. He was going for the change before that, but Maxwell breaks off. A good play by Headland. The puck kept in. Maxwell dances past, shoots. Fantastic defensive work by Murrayfield, and they'll clear this one 200 feet down the ice. And this one, I'll go for icing. 3 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the third and final period. The game tied at 4. And if you're asking for suspense, well, you've got it. Huge draw here for both teams, and it will be Murrayfield that will be thrown out. Ethan Reid just jumping into the zone a bit too early. Fife win the draw, and they'll have a good chance here. It's cleared round. Headland clears it round to Archie. Archie Holmes just sends this round the wall, and eventually goes out. Fife just couldn't keep it in the zone, and Ethan Reid will have another chance down the ice. Clears that one in, back onto his defensive position, but Spence tries to find Wood. Wood will chase this one in. Wood with Spence in support, but taken away by Headland. Headland with some good defensive work. Spence with a nice toe drag move out to Thompson. Thompson fires a weak shot in, but a good kick save by McLean. Wood picks up again, up to Spence, but taken away by Headland. Spence winds up. Good stick save by McLean, and told to hold it. And he does, and Murrayfield will take their time out. With just over 2 minutes to go, both teams haven't taken their timeouts. Coach Daniel Ferguson trying to get them in to tell them exactly what he wants them to do here, with most of the possession coming from Fife in the last few minutes in front of Gregor McLean. He's done well to keep the score at 4-all with some good saves, good kick saves, good stick saves, and both sets of fans getting behind the teams that they're supporting here. 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Game tied at 4. A huge last 2 minutes here. Or it could be a share of the spoils once again, both teams staying unbeaten, but I'm sure both sets of players will be looking to to buck that trend. Reid receives the pass back from Young. Young again, return pass, odd man rush. Holmes across to Robotoms. Robotoms with a shot. It's a scramble in front and a premature whistle again, but a good save by Kerry to keep this game tied at 4. Well, there's been some excellent candidates for man of the matches between both teams tonight, but it looks like it could be both netminders that'll get this one. First offensive chances for Murrayfield for a wee while. Ethan Reid back to Headland. Headland throws it in front. Archie Holmes just couldn't get it. Got a minute and a half to play here. Game tied at 4 still. Reid just dumps that one in. Holmes just couldn't get it. It's rimmed round. Picked up by Reid, but doesn't keep it in. He'll look to set something up again. Reid loses the puck. 1 minute to play. Chances at both ends, you would think. Ethan Reid picks up the puck. It's rimmed round, a good kick off the boards. Sometimes you need some luck. Archie Holmes just can't get past. 45 seconds to go. The puck in the right end for Murrayfield at this moment in time. Archie Holmes spins and shoots, but just taken away. And Page clears it out. You can hear the suspense in both sets of fans. Headland coming away, 25 seconds to go. And it's cleared once again. Ethan Reid needs to put on the burners now. 15 seconds. It looks like this one could come to a stalemate. One last chance perhaps, but taken away. And the game comes to a conclusion. Nothing separating these teams tonight, as there was at the start of the season. A 5-all tie that night, 4-all here. And it's been a great game between the two teams. Both teams still staying unbeaten. And we'll wait to see who gets the man of the match awards here. Well, for the rest of the season, it looks like it's going to come down to the games against Kilmarnock, who are unbeaten so far as well. 8 wins in 8 for Kilmarnock. That now takes Murrayfield to 7 wins, 2 ties from their 9 games, and 4 wins and 2 ties for Fife. As both teams appreciate the efforts of their oppositions and officials. It's been a great day here at Murrayfield, and as we expected, a close game. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, head on to the Murrayfield Juniors website and get yourself down to the ice rink to try out for some of these teams. Archie Holmes coming across to give his man of the match for Fife. As will James Spence. Just clearing up whether it's Fife's man of the match or Murrayfield's man of the match that he's given. to say, my man of the matches for both teams would be both netminders having fantastic games. But no, 44, Jamie Crawford picks up the man of the match for Fife. Couple of goals for Crawford tonight, well deserved. And man of the match for Murrayfield coming as number 13, Chloe Headland. Again, an inclusion in the Scotland under-13s team. Had a great game tonight. And a well-deserved man of the match. Thank you for joining us. And I've been Callum Ferguson. The game tied at 4 here. Both teams still unbeaten. Thanks very much. Good night.